might be looking at getting a phone call relatively soon. So if I do get one, I'll have to run. But otherwise, I'll play again for 3 months and once again lower the value added tax by 1% and invest some of it into the economy. Won't be much, but it'll be something. We have 6 years, I think, remaining in office. I think we're looking at improving infrastructure next. We'll also eventually improve access to mobile phones, but these are very expensive processes, so it'll take a while. We've disbanded a lot of military bases and concentrated our forces in the troubled regions, built a lot of renewables, made sure that the things like life expectancy are significantly better. There are other things like crime rate, which are a lot better, but there are a few downsides, like if I recall correctly, literacy rate is going down, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it's slowly going down. I don't know why, because my education is tremendously more funded. Well, not actually. Higher education is doing very well. And if I want to significantly improve the economy, I'll increase the level of education spending, but cannot do it in season. So you can see it's pretty expensive for a country this size. The refugees from Gondor went back home. Mekelle is still full of, well, not full of, but rather in need of its refugee population to return. The previous attack that occupied the city left it really devastated, but eventually will rebuild. I tried to give them independence, but they declared war on me as soon as they were independent, so it's a moot point. Independent or not, they're gonna declare war on me anyway, so. And we are tracking the iris.
Here is our growth forecast.
Growth is doing pretty well. Unemployment continues to stagnate at around 10%. I don't know where I should build the oil wells because even if I build them, it doesn't show where they would be effective and where they would not, which is one of the big downsides of this game. It doesn't show you like wind power map to let you know where you ought to place your wind turbines, so you gotta place them pretty randomly. So this one generates 0.71 and this one generates 0.97. Because I have no idea where to place them, it doesn't show any kind of resource map. Just have to estimate by random chance on where to build, which is not the way you ought to be building an industry.
Morning. I did.
And I've taken the stance of accepting every trade treaty that I'm offered, and then every roughly 6 months going through the trade treaties that I have and taking out the ones that are very bad for me. That it does show, but it doesn't show you an estimate of if the treaty is bad before you sign it, which is once again a little bit weird. That's the problem with these simulators, and the worrisome part is that you know that the professionals, if you will, the states doing the business actually use tools that are just as bad as this one. So, with some sense being true, you should trust your gut when you do these things, but on the other end, you should trust the science. But when the science is, as they say, this bad, and it's supposed to be one of the tools that are officially used as well, then it's a pretty bad example, or rather a good example of bad behavior. I'm probably not going to be increasing my foreign services manpower until it gets ridiculously low. I don't feel like spending a lot of time on the menu and adjusting everything minuscule by hand. I like matches more than lighters, but you gotta be sure that the matches are actually good. If they're the type that breaks during the lighting process, you'll end up starting a fire. Especially in a place like this with a lot of flammable stuff everywhere, like most houses are. I believe this next tar will be completely a cigarette, but I am unsure. So the previous one had some amount of THC in it, but if I recall correctly, I cleaned the bong of the weed tar immediately after I smoked it. Also, this should be all tobacco tar, but I might as well. Might as well.
Funeral?
That was a quick funeral.
The bill has been voted on?
So, 4 years into the economic growth, the value added tax as its driver, we have enough money to start a space agency. In maybe 3 years, we'll launch our first satellite. Take some preparation and work to actually launch a satellite. So we will play until maybe the 5th of July. We will be able to lower the value added tax by 1%, I'm sure, but there is the off chance that we'll get an incredibly bad budget estimate for some reason, like these trade treaties that I keep accepting. So I will not lower the tax until the budget actually comes in. Once it comes in, we can safely reduce the taxation rate, but not yet. I'm looking to put all the relevant taxes at below where we started, but that requires us to actually save money and put it in the bank and then raise the interest rate while we don't have a lot of loans and make money from the interest of the money in the bank account, but that will not be an task, and there is a economic benefit or what you might call a safety limit to how much you can actually rely on the money that you have in the bank, there are possibilities of it not going well. And we're trying to spy technology from everyone. And no, you won't assassinate the president of another country just because you're my foreign intelligence asset. Panama is known for supporting all kinds of protests and riots, and in this particular model, so is Belarus, which is very heavily funding this Tigray Autonomous League, which is an authoritarian communist revolution. So it's weird that it also gets support from countries like Finland, for example, considering that it's supposed to be a authoritarian dictatorship, and getting arms from what's supposed to be a democracy in such a case is rather annoying, though historically accurate. The West is not known for shying away from supporting anybody who'd fight their enemies and then end up becoming their enemies. The West is not known for its common sense. So we're at 1st of May. South Korea has a relatively good intelligence service, it would appear. But I'm not surprised, they are very technologically adept. Yes. The booty. The butt. The butt's president. The chest cuts out the middleman. America. So it seems Eritrea has a nuclear reactor in its border. If I really wanted to bother that country for supporting the Tigray rebels, that'd be a good sight. Starting to. I've understood the way politicians think about this kind of stuff for a while now, being, in this realm of assholes. Takes some kind of asshole to want to run another person's life. Two more months. Will we get to 4% growth? I doubt it. Not growth, excess. We're at 9% growth. And the price of oil per barrel in the world market has increased because oil crisis, and at the same time our energy, a ton of energy equivalent for use like petroleum or whatever, has actually come down. So we're looking at a situation where energy in the world is becoming more expensive, but if you manage your affairs well, it will become cheaper. Panama got hit by an earthquake. That's what you get for supporting communist terrorists.
Everything has.
And I got a new leather jacket, by the way. I think I might have mentioned it. It's a very good jacket. I am content. I think this game needs a down trending of how important the social conspiracies are. As you can see, most of the planet is revolting because of conspiracy theories, which is not very accurate. If people cared about them that much, don't you think we'd actually have done something about them? Like the 9/11 conspiracy. Everybody knows you guys hit yourself, but nobody wants to say it out loud and nobody cares anymore because it's 20 years ago. You do your terror and we do ours. We both play by our own rules at this point. So, what do we care? Oh. Anti-aircraft battery. Let's see what technology we have. This one needs to be published. This one needs to be published. This one needs to be published. That one needs to be published. That one needs to be published. Patent. Libya. Libyans. Something fake plutonium. Libyans. Okay, those are all good now. Soon it'll be June, and then there's 1 month left. And who go to bed with itchy butt, wake up with smelly finger. Confuse, I say. I think that province border is wrong. It should probably follow this river and get half of this lake. Yeah, these borders are probably wrong. Let's look at space research.
I was trying to.
one more month, and then we lower the taxes by 1% and pay back some of our debts. Like we said previous time, please use the money that we pay you back at least in some fashion to help the local industry, generally the continent. Oh boy. Because, no. I got 55% in the first round. And a second save. Where'd the back go?
Also, our network morning. Sure. Our scientific self.
Two more weeks. Looks like I won't be getting my phone call. Such is life. I will be going to watch Shield Hero and drinking lots of water. I wonder who the one audience member who keeps watching all these videos but doesn't show up or say anything is. Seems I had a steady audience member. Woodle. $60 billion surplus. It's good. With the currency exchange rate, that's about maybe 300 million. It's not much for a country anyway. Let's see. See what we can do with 60 billion. I think we could do the sports or culture. I'm thinking more sports. I think the people of this country would benefit more from sports than culture, I think. Though to be fair, I think they might most benefit from mobile telephony. Oh, 61 billion for 1% more. No. So then we get to sports. Let's go with four of these. Two of these. Seems about right. One more highway. And the rest to debts. And the most important, we're almost at 4%. government would barely vote for it, I'm gonna use my god powers. Bad connection and waste of money, but you gotta build your network. Let's play until the end of the next day. And there we go. The Tigray Autonomous Front that suddenly declared peace on me. No, there's still a conflict. Is this the little conflict tagger what disappeared from the map? Okay.
Funeral would take.
That's enough. So, thank you for watching.